Similo has one player providing clues and one or more other players trying to guess the secret character. Horrible Guild provided these in exchange for an honest review. Similo decks have different themes. I've played both Fables and History. I'm going to focus on the Fables version. This is a cooperative game played over 5 rounds. One player is the clue giver, the others are the guessers. The clue giver secretly chooses a character card, shuffles it with 11 other random cards, then lays all 12 face up in a 4x3 grid. The clue giver then draws a hand of 5 cards. The clue giver plays one card from their hand face up on the table, then draws a new card. If the clue card is played vertically, the character on the clue card is somehow similar to the secret character. It's up to the clue giver to decide how they are similar, appearance, story, and so on. If the clue card is played horizontally, the character on the clue card is somehow different from the secret character. The clue giver cannot provide any hints by words, gestures, or any other way. After playing the clue card, the guessers discuss, then remove cards that they think are not the secret character. In the first 4 rounds, you'll remove the same number of cards as the round number. 1, 2, 3, then 4. When 2 character cards remain, the group must remove the last incorrect card. If the secret character is left at the end, all players win the game. Have different Similo decks? Try this challenging variant. The secret character and a 4x3 grid come from one deck, but the clue giver uses cards from the other deck. The rest of gameplay is the same. Play cards to help those guessing, or follow the clues to eliminate all but the secret character. That's Similo. The more people playing Similo, the longer it'll take. With that said, most games will last 5 to 10 minutes. As long as you have space for the grid and clues, you can play this. Guessers don't need to keep anything in front of them. Young players might feel like they don't have much of a say if they play with older players, but otherwise kids aged 4 or 5 should be fine guessing. They don't need to know who Boudica is to choose or eliminate her, as long as the clue giver doesn't give clues that are too tricky. The clue giver should be 8 for Fables, and maybe 10 for History. In our 4th game of Similo, we played a mixed game. I was the clue giver, and my secret character was the evil queen. My first clues were that the secret character was not like Confucius and Catherine the Great. I then said the character was like Marie Curie. Mom, Dad, and Grandma struggled a bit with this one, but they eventually eliminated the right characters. Finally, I said the character was like Cleopatra. With their last choice, they selected the evil queen. We lost, but we had a good time. Similo is gorgeous. The art is a big part of this game since, well, it's what you'll be staring at while you're struggling to figure out the clues. I really like that the story's name or a short historical fact were included in the bottom right corner. The game is super simple to teach, learn, and play. It's quick and the box is small. If you have a deck box from Magic the Gathering or a quiver, you can bring a handful of themed decks with you. As of this review, there are Fables and History decks. Playing with both is really tough. Which character do you eliminate when someone plays Tinkerbell? This game is perfect for mixed ages. A group of young kids with an older clue giver would work, as would the other way around. Depending on your group, you may make connections that others wouldn't. Caesar's and Cleopatra's relationship, or how Catherine the Great and Princess Sissy are the longest ruling empresses in their country's histories. People who love reading may come up with brilliant connections between the fables. In other words, this can be anything from a silly guessing game to a real brain burner. Similo really surprised me. We were taught how to play by Alessandro, Horrible Guild's project manager at Essen Spiel 2019. When he described it, I was like, Then we played it. This game is not as easy as it sounds. If you're not paying attention or thinking, or your clue giver is not very good, you won't win. It's a lot like Codenames, honestly. Which is one of the best light games ever? Is Similo as good? Not exactly. It isn't usually as clever, since most groups will just be scanning the art to figure out if there are visual differences. When something happens like the game I talked about in Storytime, or with the people I talked about in Likes and Dislikes, this is every bit as clever and full of laughs as Codenames. This works right out of the box for 2 players and big groups. Only Codenames Duet really works with 2 people. This can be enjoyed by younger gamers because it's like an advanced version of Guess Who. Use the history deck as a teaching tool. Decks are only $10 Canadian, meaning half the cost of Codenames. It's in a smaller box too. I guess this is me saying that it falls short of Codenames in some ways, but is greater in others. That's saying something.